for people who are interested in it to read the book and can live with the book, and it's a very practical guide in the same way your breath book was as well, which was came out before it. And you do speak about discomfort being a critical aspect to cold therapy and confronting that discomfort, and you can see how it builds so much. And we've spoken about physical benefits, and we touched briefly just on some of the emotional benefits about mood, but at a neural level or mental level, what benefits have you seen? I've heard people talk about the activation of the vagus nerve, which is the longest nerve in the body and goes from the brain down into the stomach. But from a mood enhancement, if there were listeners who were suffering with depression or wanted to improve their mood, what could cold therapy or practicing with cold help them with?
Yeah, so it's a great question. I think we'll approach it in layers. So as you said, we've discussed the physical flesh, the benefits to the flesh. So let's talk about hormones, the balance of your hormones. So immediately that changes your mood. It improves your circulation, so that starts to change how the body feels. But then as we move in, and as you said, one of the most important factors of this is the vagus nerve. So this beautiful nerve that starts up here in the back of the brain, runs down into nearly every organ in the body. And for people who mightn't be familiar with it, one of its main jobs is to get us from a state of agitation, state of fear, state of survival, and to bring us down into the part of the nervous system where we feel safe again. And it's only in this part of the nerve, the parasympathetic part of the nervous system, when we feel safe again, is when the body can actually start to rebuild. So if a person is finding themselves in these heightened states of emergency or survival or fear or worry, unfortunately, when we're up there, the body is taking all its resources and putting them into dealing with whatever the perceived danger is. But by doing that, our immune system is, for want of a better word, kind of turned off. Our digestion is kind of turned off. So all these things that keep us in good shape are they're limited. So we need to be able to bring ourselves back down into this place where we feel safe. And the vagus nerve is the pathway down to that. And the way we get from the vagus nerve to activate and to bring us down is this long, slow exhale, which we talk about a lot in the book. So in the cold or in any difficult situation, we never really have to worry about the inhale, because we all just, even a person crying goes, but it's the long exhale. Within 4 or 5 of these long, slow exhales, vagus nerve activates, heart rate starts to drop, body starts to soften, and we start to move into a place where we feel safe again. And then we start to rebuild. Then the body starts to restore itself. Then it starts to change the mood. Then it starts to open our perspective on things. So this breath is an essential part of it. But then we can go a layer deeper again. And if we're saying that these are still parts of the body, these are still parts of flesh in the body, what we learn then about the mind is that it teaches us how to be resilient. Every time we get into the cold, we are proving to ourselves that we are resilient and powerful, because we get out and we feel amazing. And it is like a battle. It's like a battle every time we put our hands in the cold or in the cold shower, whatever it is, and we come out the other side, and it's like a victory. And again, it just proves to us that we can do this difficult thing. We can find comfort in the discomfort. And over a couple of days, a couple of weeks, a couple of months in the cold, this resilience starts to change how we see ourselves, because all of a sudden we have a little bit more confidence that we can deal with the cold. But as you said before, the cold is just teaching us that we can deal with all types of pressure.